Hello and welcome to Grant Writing Today. I'm your host, Rodney Walker, and I'm excited to be with you on today. We got a lot of cool things that are happening today in the grant writing space, and I want to make sure that I highlight some of those today. I'm going to be sharing with you some information about that. And on today's show, I'm also going to be sharing with you some information about some things that we as grant professionals can do to continue to keep the needle moving forward. That's what we want to do. We want the needle to continue to go forward and build a bright future for all that are in the grant writing industry space. Isn't that what we should be doing? We should be looking to see what can we do to make things better, even for the next generation. But before I go into that, on today, I'm hoping that you are doing well, and I'm hoping that you are growing as a grant professional. We've got so many cool things that are happening in the grant space that helps us all to grow, that helps us all to get better. We've got so many different opportunities for continuous growth, continuous development. There's some cool people doing cool things in this space. And the more we have of it, the more that it advances the whole industry as a whole. You see, there's no one person or one organization that can do it all. We need the greater good of all happening. And as we're all doing good, we continue to advance the industry. We continue to heighten the industry. And here's the cool thing. No one person, no one organization can serve the entire population. You know how many people there are in the world? Forget the world. Just let's go to the United States. And all the people in the United States, forget that. Let's just go to your state. If we were to go to your state, wherever you are, I'm based in California. And if we were to try to serve all the people that were in California alone, I wouldn't be able to do it. There's too many people and too many that are trying to learn grant writing, too many that are trying to learn how to break into this industry. And so we need all of us. We need all of us is what I'm saying today. And when we have all of us, we can make things much better. I know when I was first starting out, here's the thing. When I was first starting out, I couldn't find anybody to help me. And that was way back in the early 2000s. That's when I had a hairline. As you know now, that is long gone. But when I first started out, there was not a lot of help. And it took a while for me to stumble upon a few great people that helped me in learning how to do this. I ended up having to go to school. I took some classes at school, but as I was in school, I was introduced to some wonderful books. I was introduced to the book Grant Writing for Dummies by my friend Bev Browning. She was one of the ones that got me steered in the right direction when I was first starting out. And there were other books and other resources. It was my professor and others that poured into me when I was first starting out. And that helped me to be who I am today. And I want to just send a shout out to all of them, all those that helped me along my journey to be where I'm at today. I want to just salute you. Thank you for what you have done to make the industry what it is now. And on today, I'm excited because I get a chance to add my piece to the puzzle to help make the industry better as a whole. So all of those of you who are out there, the Holly Rustics, the others that are doing podcasts, the others that are doing trainings, the others that are in these different cities doing so much good. Today, I salute you. Grant Writing Today, we salute you today because you're helping to make the industry as a whole better. Now, let me hurry up and go on because I only have a few minutes today to hang out with you, but I want to point out to you as we look, there are a lot of things happening today in grant writing. And with those things that are happening today in grant writing, I just want to highlight a few of those. Today, I'm noticing that there was a $700,000 grant proposal that was approved, plus a 12-year-old who has started a nonprofit. Now, speaking about the next generation, this was the second time this week that I've heard of a young person. One I heard a little earlier, one of my neighbors was telling me about their actual granddaughter who just launched a nonprofit. How cool is that? And here I am now reading about a 12-year-old who has started a nonprofit to do some cool things. This is what it's all about, helping that next generation to learn how to continue to do more good. Because, really grant writing, when we look at grant writing really fits into philanthropy. And it's about doing good. Philanthropy, when you break down that whole word, it talks about that first part, which is phil, P-H-I-L. Phil, actually in the Greek, which has the connotation of love. And so we're talking about a lot of love here, brotherly love that happens. We just happen in the grant writing industry to express that love through writing grant proposals, proposing what we are looking to do in writing and using that proposal, that presentation that's often on paper, these days online, with a lot of these grant applications going online, that helps nonprofits and governmental agencies and those that are seeking to do greater good. We help them to express that in their proposal. And that's what it's all about. Now, let me tell you some more about what's going on today in the world of grant. Also, I'm looking right now, there's a Youngstown business incubator that just received $1.3 million in grants to help support entrepreneurs. Now, I'm an entrepreneur. In fact, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love entrepreneurs. This is so cool seeing that grants are going in those directions. Now, I want to encourage you, if you are a grant professional, to do what I'm doing right now. I just simply went to Grant Writing Today. I typed that in Google, Grant Writing Today. And when you go, you'll see right underneath the search, you'll see where there are a few places where you can look to see news that is taking place. And I typed in Grant Writing Today and then news. And so some of these stories that I'm talking about, you can go back and reference yourself and see and dig in a little deeper. But I just kind of want to put out there so you know what's happening so that you can go. And if you'd like to do a deeper dive, go do a deeper dive and find out some of what's happening in some of these other cool places. But, as an industry, we're moving the needle forward. And I want to encourage you today to continue to move the needle forward. Now, the last thing that I want to say before I get ready to get out of here, I want to encourage us all as grant professionals to be more supportive. Now, that means stepping up and doing our part. And the more we do our part, the more the industry grows and gets better. Now, here's the challenge. The challenge is thinking small. And when we think small, we think that we have to do it all, okay? Thinking small is thinking that we have to do it all. No one person can do it all. We all need each other for the greater good. And on today, I'm hoping that you will carry that with you and that you will live that, express that, and be that so that we can help our industry to continue to grow. All of you that are doing grant writing, grant professionals, grant management, I salute you today. I'm wishing you the best. And let's go make it a great day. Let's go lift up our industry. Let's go continue to be good and do good. Now, remember, we've got some other podcasts. Just in case you haven't checked them out, go check them out right now. We've got the Grant Writing Business Show. It's worth checking out, especially if you're doing grant writing as a business. Let's go to grantwritingbusiness.com. And don't forget to check out the Grant Writing Show, that is the Get Funded with Rodney show at getfundedwithrodney.com. That takes you to our YouTube channel, but if you go to Grant Central USA, you can look and you'll see that there's a link that takes you to all of our podcasts, including I'll tell you about one more, the Schools Winning Grants Show. If you're a school or you're an educator or if you're someone doing grants for schools, go check that out at schoolswinninggrants.com. Hey, I want to thank you again for hanging out with me. I appreciate you and I'm wishing you the very best. Remember, if you have a question, feel free to drop me a line at askrodney@Grant Central USA. Who knows? I may be sharing your question with the show real soon. Have a great day. And until we talk again, my friend, be brave, be bold, be brilliant. And remember, take charge. I'll see you next time.